everyone. So, to start off, I actually did a blog post about this that should be up by now. And if you want to read, that version of it, it's up on my site. I'll have a link in the description. But let's get into it. What this is actually about. What was it? A week ago? 2 weeks ago, almost now, that April Fools came around, and one of the things that Wowhead did as an April Fool's joke is they did a story about 8.2 and a new allied race, a Lightborn Undead, and that was an April Fool's joke, if you didn't know already. Among the other things that they did mind that day, that was all April Fools. But it got me thinking. Yes, Lightborn Undead are an April Fool's joke right now, but the way things are shaping up, it might be an actual allied race one day, or a normal race at some point. I'm betting more towards allied race, but Lightborn Undead, if you don't already know, the concept comes from Before the Storm. In the book, which is like what things that happen like between the end of Legion and what started Battle for Azeroth. It kind of like fills in the gaps. At one point, during a little get-together between the humans and undead, specifically ones that still had undead relatives and living relatives, got together, and of course all hell breaks loose, thanks to Sylvanas and and Kelia Mouthville was there. And although there was a agreement that no Alliance citizens or Horde citizens would be harmed, apparently that didn't go for Kelia, because she ends up dying during this little scuffle that happens when a couple of the undead tried to defect to the Alliance. But Kelia Mouthville dies, and if you don't know who she is Arthas' brother, who magically appeared in Legion in the Priest Order Hall. And, well, she dies. Spoiler alert. Sorry. She dies. But when she dies, they take her body back to the, the Netherlight, or the Priest Order Hall. I can't remember what it's actually called, but it's the Priest Order Hall, where Sarah, the corrupted Naru, who you bring back to the light, she resurrects Kelia as an undead brought back to life by the light. And now she's this new thing. She's different than the regular undead, because she was brought back by the light. And my hope, my guess, is that there will be other over time, that maybe in between this story and whenever she comes back in the picture, and I'm sure she will, that there will be other light undead. And when this happens, I'm sure they will be an allied race. That's where the whole concept, anyways, of the Lightborn undead comes from, and why everyone, a lot of people believe this. But like I said, this isn't about necessarily April Fools. This is me just kind of going, on like, what if this actually is a real thing? It's not right now. But what if it does? My thought is, well, actually, I should go back. A lot of people are thinking that when this does eventually happen, there are going to be an alliance allied race. Then alliance can have undead. But my thought actually is, what if they're neutral? A neutral race, like the Pandaren, where you make your Lightborn undead and then you choose to go Horde or Alliance. I think that would be interesting, and I think that would make sense. Yes, the Horde already have undead, but the Alliance also already has Draenei, and then we got Lightforged Draenei. So if they got, had the ability to have another, undead race, I don't think it would really matter, and there's a precedent now for that. I feel like it would fit the narrative for them to be neutral to an extent, like the Pandaren, because they have this whole thing where neither light nor void is really good or evil, technically. So they showed that, throughout the Argus campaign, where, we always thought light was good, the void was bad, but then you had, what was her face? The Naru, the Prime Naru, that tried to turn Illidan by force to the light. And I can't remember what her name was, but I'm sure you all remember. And that was their point of, the light isn't good, the void isn't bad, neither one are any worse than the other. They're just opposites. So I feel like that also fits in the narrative of Horde and Alliance as well. Neither one's technically good, and one isn't technically evil. They're just opposites with different goals. And I feel like Lightborn could, fit in the middle there and be able to choose what side they, are going to fight for. I also had a weird idea that Lightborn Undead could be associated with a hero class as well. Just like Night Elves and Blood Elves are associated with Demon Hunters. They're the only ones that can be Demon Hunters. And I thought maybe they could possibly, if they really wanted to stretch it, they could tie them to some sort of super priest hero class that was like a ranged hero class, because I really want a ranged hero class. I want a new ranged class to play. um, but that's kind of like my wishful thinking, and just wanting another hero class. It's not gonna happen because they have really arguably they already have too many classes and races to balance that I don't foresee them adding new classes anytime soon, especially a hero class. But I think it would be kind of cool, like maybe have some sort of like light, elemental that you could use or something. I don't know. I just think that somehow they could tie that in to it. Um, that's really my thought on that. I I feel like one day we are going to, if not by the end of the expansion, my thought is that by the end of the expansion we are going to be reintroduced to Kalia, and as a undead light, um, or Lightborn Undead as they call them on Wowhead, where, and in the meantime, since that all happened, that there will be other ones that have been raised as Lightbound Undead. I just feel like that's going to happen, and that they're going to be like a major part of the ending of Battle for Azeroth and transitioning us into whatever comes next. Which, to be honest, we already know it's probably going to be some sort of. It's going to be more old gods, I think. Maybe a trip to the other side of Azeroth or something. I don't know. That might be something. But that's just where my thoughts are on this. Like I said, I know it was an April Fool's joke. It's a very well done one, and one that's has a little truth to it as to why it was so believable. So yeah, what do you think about having a Lightborn Undead? Let me know in the comments below, and until next time, bye.